A long, long time ago, on the earth of God, only two people lived, Adam and Eve. They had come from paradise. In paradise, everything existed. The best foods, the best fruits, comfortable places to live, and all good things. But on earth, there was nothing. No food, no clothes, and no house. There was absolutely nothing. God, who loved them, taught Adam how to plant seeds and grow plants, how to raise sheep and cattle and use their milk, how to sew clothes, and how to take care of his needs. Adam and Eve became husband and wife and continued their lives together. After a while, Eve gave birth to a child. Several years later, God gave her another child, and later still, other children. Among Eve's children, there were two sons named Abel and Cain, and our story is about them. Abel and Cain grew up slowly. They went from childhood to adolescence and then to adulthood. When they became strong young men, Adam said to them, "Now you must work. Tell me, what kind of job would you like?" Abel wanted to tend sheep, so he took several sheep from his father and led them to the desert. The sheep gradually had babies, and Abel's flock grew. A few years later, he owned a large herd. But Cain was interested in farming. He chose a piece of land and began to farm. Although Abel and Cain were both the children of Adam and Eve, their morals and behaviors were different. Abel was truthful and righteous. He helped his parents, was kind and generous, and was even gentle with his sheep, making sure they didn't suffer. But Cain was hot-tempered and ill-natured. He wanted everything for himself and was jealous of his brother. Many years passed. Adam became old. One day, God commanded him to choose one of his sons to be his successor and prophet after him. Adam asked, "Which son should I choose?" God said, "Choose Abel. He will be your successor, and teach him everything you know, and tell your family the news." Adam obeyed God's command. When the news reached Cain, he became jealous. He became upset and went to his father saying, "Father, I am older than Abel. I should be your successor. The prophethood should pass to me." Adam replied, "But this is God's command." Cain said, "I will not obey this command." After much discussion, Adam said, "All right, you and Abel will each bring a gift to God. The one whose gift is accepted will become my successor and prophet." Cain asked, "How will we know whose gift is accepted?" Adam said, "You will take your gifts to the top of the mountain. The gift that is accepted by God will be taken by fire from the sky." Abel and Cain each brought a gift. Abel selected the best sheep from his flock, but Cain brought a handful of unripe and spoiled wheat. Both brothers placed their gifts on a rock at the top of the mountain and stood aside. A few minutes later, fire came down from the sky and took Abel's sheep. Cain saw that Abel's gift had been accepted. He realized that Abel would be his father's successor and the prophet after him. He became even more jealous and upset. At that moment, Satan appeared to Cain and said, "Cain, do something. If Abel becomes a prophet, you will be mocked. Your descendants will be mocked." Cain replied, "What should I do?" Satan said, "Kill Abel, and you will become your father's successor." Cain was deceived by Satan and decided to kill his brother. From that moment, he waited for an opportunity. The next day, Abel, who had worked hard, lay down under a tree and fell asleep. Satan went to Cain again and said, "This is the perfect time to kill Abel. He is asleep, and you can easily kill him." Cain went with Satan and saw that Abel was asleep. He picked up a rock and struck Abel on the head, killing him. Soon after, Cain realized that he had killed his brother. He regretted it, but it was too late. Cain was frightened. He wanted to hide his brother's body, but he didn't know how to do it. He was looking for a solution when he saw two crows fighting. One crow picked up a rock and struck the other crow, killing it. Then the surviving crow dug a hole in the ground with its beak and claws, placed the dead crow in the hole, and covered it with dirt. Cain learned from the crow how to hide Abel's body. He also dug a hole, placed Abel in it, and covered him with dirt. Cain had hidden Abel's body, but his conscience was troubled. He knew that he had committed a great sin. He was afraid to go back to his father. When Adam learned of Abel's death, he cried for 40 days and nights. After this time, God said to Adam, "Do not be sad. I will give you another son in place of Abel." A year later, Eve gave birth to another son. Adam named his son Seth, which means gift of God. Seth, who grew up and became a young man, was chosen as a prophet after his father, Adam. Until another story, I leave you in God's care. Don't forget to like and subscribe Heavenly Stories to support us.